estamos aquí, como dijo nuestro presidente de Manhattan, Mark Levine. Vamos a escuchar también a Senator Robert Jackson, más importante también, de la visionaria de este proyecto de Ana, quien junto con estos jóvenes han estado trabajando para identificar áreas donde ha sido peligrosas para los peatones, especialmente para los niños, estudiantes, personas mayores. Y es por eso de que hoy estamos lanzando, hoy desde este lugar de Amsterdam, un lugar donde en los últimos años han habido 45 personas heridas producto de choques, 4 de ellos en condiciones críticas y 2 personas muertas chocadas en este corredor. Por eso es que hoy estamos poniendo todo lo que tiene que ver con línea protegida de bicicleta, pero también lo que se llama una isla de peatonal que está en el medio, para que las personas mayores que se cansan cruzando puedan detenerse en ese lugar. Hoy iniciamos desde aquí un lanzamiento de 100 lugares como esto que lo vamos a estar rediseñando para mejorar la seguridad alrededor de las escuelas, y la mayoría de ellos van a estar ocurriendo en los vecindarios de familias trabajadoras que en el pasado nunca fueron tomadas en cuenta. Vamos a trabajar con Ana para que estos jóvenes no solamente estén presentes en este proyecto, sino también para llevar al departamento de transportación, para que ellos también vayan al edificio principal, se reúnan con ingenieros, con arquitectos, y que también exploren la posibilidad de ellos también seguir ayudándonos a nosotros a hacer este trabajo, donde desde la perspectiva de los jóvenes podemos mirar áreas que la podemos rediseñar para que las calles sean más seguras para todos los neoyorquinos, especialmente para aquellos vecindarios de clase trabajadora de esta ciudad. With that, let me give you now Senator Robert Jackson.
I know I met Ana since, she started this project, and for me it's not about what you hear about. I challenge myself, but I can say that I'm one of those big supporters from whatever role I played, elective or now as a commissioner. I know that my colleague here, Board President, Manhattan Board President Mark Levine, and Sir Robert Jackson also, they believe in the work that Ana is doing. I know Ana, someone sharing the story that finishing her education, she was able to get a grant. And it was a good thing that we in the city had Ana to believe in this type of project. And I know that it was a good thing for Ana also to be able to get her project to be selected, to use bike not only as something that is important for the health, but also a tool that is important to develop leadership. So I know that behind this group of students, here we have not only the next commissioner or senator or president, we have the next president of the United States, right? Sitting here. Okay, we have this next one that will not be only behind the camera, but someone can be CEO, of anything that they decide to do. So as you are getting closer to the end of the school year, thank you for, your commitment to be a role model to the rest of the youth, knowing that, failing is not an option. Right. And we believe in you. As you know, my name is Ydanis Rodríguez, the Commissioner for the Department of Transportation. Today, I'm proud to stand here alongside my colleagues in government that I mentioned, and students and faculty from I challenge myself. After school program, as we announced the near completion of a major improvement along Amsterdam Avenue. This life-saving project is one of more than 100 safe street redesigns that under the leadership of Mayor Eric Adams and myself and the rest of my colleagues at DOT, we plan to install this year. The majority of these projects are in historically underserved communities, with many around the schools. This is how we address equity under this administration. Our children and families deserve to be able to walk to school without the fear of being struck by a speeding or reckless driver. I Challenge Myself is a non-for-profit organization that provides a wide range of opportunities for public schools, students, and youth that focus on strengthening not only their body, but most importantly, their mind. During my time as a former council member, that both my colleagues here and I, we served together.
representing this district. I have had the pleasure of working closely with them on other projects. And as a former school teacher that I was for 15 years before being elected to office, and as a father of two daughters and a co-founder of two schools, Gregorio Luperón High School and Washington High Health Academy, I know we have much to learn from all of our students. And so I'm grateful for one project that put many of their brilliant ideas into motion. I would also like to thank the I Challenge Myself teachers and staff and volunteer and their supporters for our school safety unit at DOT for all the work on this project as well. Our agency worked closely with students from the I Challenge Myself after school program throughout the process, meeting for a series of field and design workshops to study the area, collect data, and develop a traffic safety proposal for the street. Urban planning is one of the fields that we have less diversity in our city. And we need to get more professional colors, getting ready to be the future leaders that will be responsible to redesign our street so that we will make New York City the safest one, not only in this nation, but in the whole world. Thanks to your support, this corridor will be seeing much needed improvements, making this area a much safer place for all. For decades, this corridor has been the location of a speeding and reckless driving, as we can see on the image here. At the board, you will be able to get the opportunity again in this show the work that we're doing. Skip marks and donut lines were a common scene on this area. This was una secta, especially for an area that's surrounded by 7 schools, the Isabella Senior Center and Hybrid Park here. For those of you that doesn't know this community, it's like thinking about down this park. This is what you have, like the FDR, and then you have the other school, PS5. It only takes a couple of 100 feet in order for you to be a diamond and be able to connect with the other area. A big project that we also can join forces together to connect Hybrid Park to the New York Restoration in New York. The maximum record speed here was recorded at 50 miles per hour. That was too much. The student that did, thanks to the data collected by the I Challenge Myself as the school student and the DOT, it was found that along this avenue, over 60% of drivers were driving above the speed limit. And again, going to the maximum sometime of 50 miles per hour. The Alternate Avenue project will deliver much needed traffic safety improvement measure to the schools around this neighborhood. In recent years, this location has been the site of 45 traffic injuries, 4 of which were severe, and unfortunately, 2 of them were fatalities. Doing nothing here was not an option for Mayor Eric Adams, for myself, and for the I Challenge Myself, and for all residents of this community. The school around here in project are the Equity Project Charter, High School for Health, Careers in Science, High School for Law and Public Service, High School for Media and Communication, PS 138 and PS 189. This major redesign will include a 2-way protected bike lanes, pedestrian islands, speed cautions, and curb extension to reduce speeding and improve pedestrians and cyclist safety. Under this administration of Mayor Eric Adams, we are committed to improving traffic safety, especially around schools and especially in communities that have been historically left behind. DOT is using every tool we have to ensure all students are protected from speeding and reckless drivers. One of the tools we are using to keep schools safe on this avenue and throughout the city are an automatic speed camera
like the one that you will see across the street. We understand anyone who lives in a community that they have to have a car. But that cannot be used as an argument that people should be driving over the speed limit. If no one wants to get a ticket, drive at 25 miles per hour. Because even when someone gets the ticket with the speed camera, they were already driving 11 miles above.
Right.
So we need to continue engaging in this conversation, especially those communities who want to push back saying, we don't need a speed camera. And the answer is, we don't need reckless drivers.
That's right.
Working alongside Mayor Ydanis, Transportation Alternatives Senator Gernards, Assembly Member Glick, Speaker Carl Hastings, Andrea Stewart, Cousin, we were able, and of course Senator Jackson here, and also the council and the board president, they added the voice on expanding speed camera to 24 hours the whole year. And this is only a beginning. I said in the previous press conference, and I say right now, I'm already launching my effort with the support of Mayor Eric Allen to lift up the restriction for the speed camera not to be only around the school. They should be in any intersection, in any area that the data is showing that there's so many crashes that we should not accept in the city of New York. We cannot lose another life to speeding or reckless drivers. This is, something, it's an epidemic that is hitting us hard. 1.1 million individuals lose their life in the world every year as a result of crashes. We in the city, we contribute to those number two. We have a tool to stop it. DOT have a great team, doing designing 24/7, working on reorganizing the signal system, but the speed camera was very important. So with that, let me also call now on Anna, who is the executive director of Alcalde myself, and I know since that our elected, they also, as I also was, and very busy, probably, if that's fine for after Anna, then we hear from the board president and from the center.
El nivel de velocidad aquí es hasta 2 veces lo que es el máximo permitido bajo la ley, y ha habido decenas de heridas y hasta muertes acá en esta avenida de Washington Heights, donde hay 7 escuelas, un centro de ancianos, un parque donde hay siempre a toda hora jóvenes, envejecientes, etc. No se podría aceptar esto. Vinieron un grupo de jóvenes con su visión de proteger a esta comunidad, vinieron a nosotros. Gracias a Dios tenemos un comisionado de transporte que está muy dedicado a escuchar las voces de los jóvenes, y dijo, si los jóvenes lo piden, hay que hacerlo. Y lo que se ve hoy es la visión de ellos hecha realidad, lo cual va a proteger a peatones, a los que corren bicicleta. Aquí va a haber menos heridas, punto. Esto se ha visto a través de los 5 condados. Aquí va a haber menos muertes gracias a la visión de los jóvenes, al Departamento de Transporte, que escuchó a estos jóvenes. Así que esto hay que celebrarlo, señores. Felicidades y gracias. Thank you.
Entonces, antes de yo llamar al senador, déjeme decir también el español, ¿verdad que sí? En 2 minutos. Hoy estamos aquí, como dijo nuestro presidente de Manhattan, Mark Levine. Vamos a escuchar también al senador Robert Jackson, más importante también, de la visionaria de este proyecto de Ana, quien junto con estos jóvenes han estado trabajando para identificar áreas donde ha sido peligrosa para los peatones, especialmente para los niños, estudiantes, personas mayores. Y es por eso de que hoy estamos lanzando, hoy desde este lugar de Amsterdam, un lugar donde en los últimos años han habido 45 personas heridas producto de choques, 4 de ellos en condiciones críticas y 2 personas muertas chocadas en este corredor. Por eso es que hoy estamos poniendo todo lo que tiene que ver con línea protegida de bicicleta, pero también lo que se llama una isla de peatonal que esté en el medio, para que las personas mayores que se cansan cruzando puedan detenerse en ese lugar. Hoy iniciamos desde aquí un lanzamiento de 100 lugares como esto, que lo vamos a estar rediseñando para mejorar la seguridad alrededor de las escuelas, y la mayoría de ellos van a estar ocurriendo en los vecindarios de familias trabajadoras que en el pasado nunca fueron tomadas en cuenta.
vamos a trabajar con Ana para que estos jóvenes no solamente estén presentes en este proyecto, sino también para llevar al departamento de transportación, para que ellos también vayan al edificio principal, se reúnan con ingenieros, con arquitectos y que también exploren la posibilidad de ellos también seguir ayudándonos a nosotros a hacer este trabajo donde desde la perspectiva de los jóvenes podemos mirar áreas que la podemos rediseñar para que las calles sean más seguras para todos los neoyorquinos, especialmente para aquellos vecindarios de clase trabajadora de esta ciudad. With that, let me give you now Senator Rodríguez Jackson.